Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Here I'm going to show you how to use the Displace Filter to get this watch image to map itself onto some crinkled background paper. Now, Displace Filter is hidden away in the Filters menu. It's got a rather crude interface, but actually it's very powerful, and once you start using it you'll find all sorts of uses. Basically what it does is to map the texture of any background image onto a foreground image, so that the foreground image then maps in a 3D style around that background texture. So for example, we have our watch image on the crinkled paper, but equally you could map a logo onto the side of a building or onto a t-shirt, and that logo would then follow the contours of the t-shirt or building. So a really powerful and useful filter to know how to use. So very simple. Take our two start images, our paper before and our watch before image, and the only real complex thing that we need to do is to create our displacement map. So to do that, quite simply, we're going to copy and paste this image into a new document and save it down as a Photoshop document, a .psd, and then that can be used as a displacement map over our watch before image to get it to map onto this piece of paper. So very simple, and I'll show you how. So first of all, we need to select our image, Control A, copy it, Control C, create a new document, Control N, and hit OK, Control V to paste, and Control E to flatten the image. And that's pretty much it. But we're just going to improve the contrast just to increase the effect of our displacement. So Control L first of all, just to improve the contrast, and we're going to boost the shadows to 20, and our highlights we're going to reduce down to 220, and hit OK. So we've just increased the contrast of that piece of paper a little bit. Now if we go to Image, Adjustments and Desaturate, just to take the colour out, and then we just need to save that down as our .psd file. So we go to File, Save As, and we'll just call this displace_map. Save that down, and we can now close that. Now all we need to do is to copy and paste the watch image into our paper image. So we go back through, Control A to select our watch, Control C to copy it, click into paper before, Control V just to paste it in. Now to apply the displacement, just go to Filter, Distort and Displace. Our horizontal scale we want is 15, vertical scale is 15, and we can leave the other two options as they are. So once we're happy with that, just click OK. New window opens, and we just navigate to our displace map, the PSD file that we created earlier. Click Open. Wait for a few seconds and you'll see that map applied to the watch image. I'll just go Control plus, zoom in a little bit, and you can just see how that watch image has taken on the texture of the paper. Now obviously it's not blending very well at the moment, so we need to change our blending mode. So if we go to our layer blending modes, down to multiply, and we can now see that blends in perfectly with the paper and taking on all of the contours of the paper behind it. So with that done, just Control E, just to merge that watch layer down onto the paper layer. And finally, we just want to do a quick curves adjustment just to boost the tone. So Control M, just to open up our curves dialog window. Just to improve the contrast and tone there, click OK, and that finishes off our displacement map image. So as you see, all very easy, and that's how to use the Displace filter with Photoshop.